Did you know the average open rate right now in 2023 is a little over 21%? But what if I told you that we've sent over 91 million emails this year with 61 million opens, bringing us to an open rate of over 67%. That's more than 3 times the average. So here are 3 email marketing strategies that I've used to grow my business to over 9 figures.
Joining us is my man, Keala Kanae.
Obvious that he's an expert at what he does.
Strategy number 1 is knowing the laws of deliverability. Now, I'm not talking about any sort of federal laws. My guy Sam here behind the camera, he's the expert on that. What I'm talking about is knowing the rules of the game. Most people can't win the game because they don't know the rules of the game. So there's 4 things that are going to largely impact your ability to get your email into the inbox of your subscriber. Now, when I say inbox, I'm not talking about that promo tab and obviously not the junk or spam folders, but the inbox that people actually check. So the first thing that's going to impact your deliverability is your IP reputation. This is the reputation that's attached to the server from which your emails are being sent. If you are using a shared IP, which most people in email marketing are, that means that other marketers are sending emails off of that same server as well. Once that's happening, you no longer have any control over your IP reputation because somebody else sending emails off of that server could be injuring the IP reputation. So if you don't have a dedicated IP, you can't control this. And the only way to get a real dedicated IP is to be working with some of the more advanced email marketing platforms out there in the market. The second thing that's going to impact your email deliverability is your domain reputation. So when you're sending emails from your name at yourdomain.com, well, that yourdomain.com, whatever domain that you're mailing from, it is building a reputation with all of the email service providers, Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, so on and so forth. Over time, they are assigning a reputation to your domain, and if you don't have a great domain reputation, you are going to struggle to get into the inbox. After that is going to be content. It's literally the words that you're using inside of your emails and making sure that you're not using too many of the spam trigger words. And then finally, it's the links that you include in your emails. If you're sending out any sort of generic links, meaning things like bit.ly or tinyurl, or a link that you could get off of any other website that other people might be using in their email broadcasts, well then you're not going to be able to control the reputation of the links that you're including inside of your email. That's why we don't use any generic links whatsoever when we're including them inside of an email that's being sent out to our list. In that case, we will create a tracking link that is unique to our domains, therefore we can ensure that it is attached to a great reputation. If you don't know how to manage these 4 things, good luck getting in the inbox. That brings me to strategy number 2 on the list, which is segmentation. Segmentation is one of the most powerful things that you can do with your email list to help control your IP and domain reputation. Again, assuming that you have a dedicated IP. So back in 2020, when I had to rehab our email marketing strategy because of the changes that the ESPs made, ESP stands for email service providers, Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, blah, 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 on and on the list of names goes. When they made changes to email deliverability, I had to rehab our strategy. In order to do this, I created multiple segments, a 10-day segment, 30-day segment, 60-day segment, 90-day segment, and a 100-day segment. Each of those segments basically stands for the group of people that has opened within that time frame. So as an example, the 90-day segment is all of the people who've opened at least 1 email from us in the last 90 days. By having these narrow and wide segments, we're better able to strategically email segments of the list where we know that we're going to get higher and lower open rates, but we can strategically take that risk and ensure that we are maintaining on average a greater than 25% open rate. By maintaining a solid open rate, we are signaling to the email service providers that people want to see and engage with our emails. This provides for us a better domain reputation and ultimately a better IP reputation, ultimately leading to a much greater likelihood that we're going to actually skip the promo tab and get directly into people's inbox. A free tool that you can use to measure your domain and IP reputation is a tool called Google Postmaster. Get after it. And now, time for a shameless plug. If you're enjoying content like this, make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you get notified every week when I drop more content like this. And that brings me to the third strategy that I'm going to share with you in this video, which is something that we've developed in-house that we call the S4 framework. So this is highly tactical, pay close attention. Using our S4 framework, we've been able to develop a strategy that we deploy every month over and over and over again. We just literally cycle through these 4 steps. We have an evergreen offer that we promote to our list every month. By the way, by deploying this strategy, we bring in an extra $1.5 million per month in revenue from people who previously said no to working with us. Think about that for a moment. So here's how it works. S number 1 stands for season. In the seasoning phase of our marketing strategy for the month to our list, all we're doing is providing lots of great content and value to the audience to drum up lots of opens, lots of engagements, lots of clicks. Sometimes we'll even incentivize them to reply to an email in order to receive some sort of an incentive. Now, if you overdo that, you'll look spammy. But if you do it just right, you start to look like you're having a two-way communication with your audience. That's what email service providers really want. Remember, email was developed to be a two-way communication tool, not for marketers to be able to blast out an email to 1 million people at the click of a button. So the more that you look like you're really engaging with your audience, the more favorable your reputation will be with the email service providers. So again, in the seasoning phase, we're sending lots of content that's getting, opens, getting engagements, getting clicks, and it's valuable to our clients, which keeps them coming back and opening the next email in the series. After that, we move into the second S. This is the simmer phase. At the simmer phase, we are now going to start to drop the offer on them, but we're going to keep it really short and spicy emails that are literally just a few lines and then a link that they can click and they can go see our offer. At this point, all we want is to get the maximum amount of people that are engaged to click and go see what we have to offer them. Then, after a few days of that, we'll go into the sizzle phase. At the sizzle phase, we're sending emails that are helping overcome the common objections that we see to our offer. After a few days of that, we'll finally go into the seal phase. The seal phase is basically where we are sealing the deal. That's what it stands for. So at this point, we have a deadline by which people have to buy in order to get, the access to the offer that we've created for them. And if they don't buy, well, then they're going to miss out. So we're going to play up lots of urgency at this phase. As soon as we close out the seal phase, guess what? We go right back into the season phase, and we'll stay there for a couple of weeks until we get back into our promotional cycle. So like I said earlier, using the strategy month in and month out on our email list and having an evergreen offer that we can promote every month to the list has helped us bring in $1.5 million per month worth of additional clients who previously said no to working with us. Use it. And that's the game, folks. So in case you've never met me before, my name is Keala Kanae. I started out by working in a coffee shop like this for minimum wage, and I've gone on now to build a business that's done over $100 million. And I say that so that you know that everything I share on my YouTube channel comes from real world applied knowledge of things that I've learned and executed on that have helped me create those results, which I share here in hopes that they help you create similar results as well. So subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you get notified every week, and make sure you watch this next video in the lineup. We're gonna go much deeper on these tactics and strategies.